Welcome to HDPP Live on a Saturday night to the UK and around the world with photos, memories and friends. This is HDPP Live. How are you this evening? Are you all well?
Hinckley District has the present for you, meeting friends old and new. Streaming Wednesdays and Saturdays too, with founder members Paul and Sue. The smiles that we bring are a heritage thing. HDPP, keeping history alive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Where local memories survive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Film clips, photos, memories and friends helps a dreary night go by. Wearing Hinckley's six of the best, stupendous quizzical high. The smiles that we bring are a heritage thing. HDPP, keeping history alive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Where local memories survive. HDPP, streaming HDPP live. Let's take you back in time. A community affair. We'll take you for a ride. Handsome's cab will take you there. We're making history. HDPP, chat through applauses. History supporting local causes. Streaming HDPP live. Betty is our queen bee. The sweetest honey candy. Dangerous Den here again. HDPP live. Hey, you know we keep it in HDPP.
Oh, here we are. Oh, thank you, missus. Thank you. Oh, get my chair up a bit. There we go. Here we are. Once again, good evening, welcome to the programme, another live stream from HDPP Live, and as I put right at the beginning of the old chat box, please remember to like, look, I'll put it up here, look, please remember to like our videos. If you don't, they go all smelly. Welcome to the programme. Well, what can I say tonight? You can see, it sort of too hot for a t-shirt sort of day, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll be glad when all this heat's gone off a bit. Blimey. Talking about going off, probably some of us probably feel that we are. I mean, let's face it. I like the sunny weather when it's fresh. Don't like it when you feel like you're being seared as you get between, when you're walking in between the shade and the sunshine, you get seared a bit, Having the grandchildren over the weekend just for a little while, and of course they want to be out in the sun, and it's poor granddad melting and wilting. Anyway, my problem, you understand. Welcome to the programme, and thank you to all those that have still continued to offer their congratulations from our great news last week about my BEM. Thank you very much. I just wanted to acknowledge that. I'm not going to get going on about it, although Dangerous Den did say, good evening, Your Highness. First through the door. Actually, this is interesting because tonight Anne says, good evening, loving Cat Stevens at Glastonbury. Actually, quite like a bit of Cat Stevens, to be perfectly honest, yeah. And of course, later on, Elton John and co. So we'll probably be all done and dusted before the wheel Elton out. But having said that, I'm sure it's going to be a great gig if you're into your Glastonbury. Dave B was straight through. Good evening, David. I hope you're getting ready for the anagram question this evening. It's going to be a pretty good one, I think. Just trying to think of a clue to help you. All right then. Ian Roberts is here. Pat Galloway is here with a great big long cooey all the way down the street. So nice one, Pat. And Daniel Coburn here. Good evening, Paul Sue, everybody. Steve Gardner's here. And Grandad's probably. I wonder if he's been stood down from Grandad duties now. And he's got time to watch, probably. I know the feeling. Mary Blake's here. Hi, Mary. Elaine Galloway's here. Nice to know that you are there as well. David Allen, all the way from Boston, is here. Jean Colbert is here. She's wishing. She said, I hope everybody's had a lovely weekend. Well, I think we've all had a lovely weekend, but I just start getting mithered. You know, I really don't like it when it's. You'll never please me, I know. But I just get mithered and I think, oh, come on. And then they're asking you, quite rightly, don't waste water, save water, have a shower. So the time you've had your shower and then you come out, then you all stick it. Yeah, no thanks. However, he's moaning tonight, isn't he? He's moaning tonight. Okay, then who else have we got in the room tonight? Let's just have a quick look down there. Carol Beasley's here. Hi, Carol. Just a minute. Hang on. I like your windows, Carol. That's why, yeah, she had guests last week, you know, they've all come to looking at her windows, you know, yeah, lovely there, nice windows, keep them nice and clean then, now won't you, that's good. Also, let's say hello to Clive Armstrong. Hi, Clive, nice to know that you're here in the room tonight, and also Kath Denny's made it. Hi, Kath. No, I'm not, do you know, tonight, I am not even going to, I should know better. I will not even mention John Denny's book. How about that? That's as much as I'll say tonight. Till the next link. Say Dangerous Den is here again. David S is here. Hi, David. How are you this evening? And nice to know that you're here in the chat room. Oh, Jeff Wallace is here. Yeah, with Jeff in Brigg, Anna in Hinckley. Come on in. Yeah, it's going to be a good one tonight. You're going to like the... I think the anagram's a good one tonight, although some smart people will, I'm sure, get it straight away. Jan Kirby said, I have recorded Glastonbury to watch the Guns N' Roses that were amazing yesterday and watched a bit of Blondie and Cat Stevens. Well, that's good, that's good. Dave Bay going on about, you can see I'm wearing a shirt because I don't like to tight things around my neck in the summer. But Mrs. G will tell you, I've got a thing about necklines. I don't know where it's come from. I've had this for a long time now. Can't stand sloppy collars or t-shirts that have all gone disshaped. Look, they've got to be right or don't bother. Now this shirt's not too bad actually. I'm getting a second wearing out of it, but this is, to me, this is okay. I can live with that. But necklines do me. They really, I don't know where it's from. Have you got one of those little things that really annoys you and you don't know why? I mean, for example, I hate to see ruckled curtains or net curtains. Look, if you're going to put curtains up, have curtains up, let's have them nice and straight. Same with net curtains. But if they're ruckled or not hanging right, does me head. Oh, honestly, it really does me. I'm sorry, I'm yakking on tonight. I do apologise. Anyway, there we go. It was a lovely day, by the way, in Argentsmead yesterday for Armed Forces Day. As you've seen, I nipped down, snapped a few pictures, which was really nice as well. OCD, Paul. It probably is. Weren't they a band? Oh, no, that was OMD. Dave B said, Paul, leave it unbuttoned like me dad. Actually, Dave Blower's dad, bless Dennis, bless him, such a lovely man. And if you lived anywhere where we do, sort of in the Queen's Road vicinity, in the middle of winter, you would see Dave's dad, Dennis, walking up with his shirt wide open all the time. Even in winter, he did. It's true. And, you know, you just got so used to just walking with his shirt open. I'm not talking about the collar, I'm on about the shirt open. That was it. Nice one. Okay, let's get on with it tonight. Sorry, I have been going on a bit. Right, first of all, got 6 of the best. Got some lovely features for you this evening, which you are going to enjoy. Let me bring one or two things to your attention already. Dennis Perkins said, by the way, Paul, I am OCD. I cannot stack my Nookie Browns in the fridge without getting all the labels facing me. That's strange, isn't it? Eh? We've all got these little things, I don't know what it is. Yet, to other people, you think, silly devil, what's that all about? I don't know. First of all, let me bring you to... Now, next month, got a great thing coming up. Look, we have got this happening in Hinckley. It's in Hinckley. In Hinckley. Did you hear that? In Hinckley. This is going on in Argent's Mead, Saturday the 22nd and to Sunday the 23rd of July at Hinckley Medieval Fair. It's free. It's open to everybody. Listen, come along. Not only will there be medieval music and have-a-go dancing, there'll be a barber's surgeon and a children's battle of Bosworth. There'll be a play called The Crown and the Quill. There's going to be a medieval gesture, an archaeology talk, and medieval knights in combat. And on top of all that, HDPP will be there with Hinckley District Museum and the Hinckley Archaeological Society. They are going to... I've stuck them on the picture. I'm going to get in trouble for that. But I've stuck them on the picture because we're playing a part. These organisations are playing a part. So there we go. That, as I say, is next month, this time next month. But unfortunately, Sue and I won't be here. We've got a holiday booked, but I would please go along. This is going to be great. And if you can give us some time on the HDPP store with Steph and Jan and co, they would really appreciate it, I'm sure. But this is great, and I'll be plugging this like mad now. It really is fantastic, you know. Anne Hunt says, I have a real dilemma now. I want to come to St Mary's for the sing-song, and I want to come to the social following, the social on the following Wednesday. I can't do both. Oh, so, well, I can't influence you anywhere there, but hopefully you will make the right decision one way or the other, I am sure. Also, if you're a new viewer, and this is our latest thing from HDPP, your 1782 map. This is fantastic. You can find out where Duke Lane was. You can find out where a subterranean passage is. Yeah, and it's all on this map. It's all marked. You can see where astronomical observations were made. You can buy it. A3 size or indeed A2 size. And this is great. It really is a fantastic... It's a great piece. Jan's bought one and it's gone off to Australia now. But there you go. These are available. We can have some with at our social night if you want us to bring some. But these are great maps. All proceeds to our local good causes. You can... It's such a fascinating thing. It really, really is. See where the duck paddle is. See where Rosemary Lane was and things like that. It's brilliant. Right, okay, moving on. Let's get on to 6 of the best, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to go straight into it. Yeah, 6 of the best. Now remember, do not put your answers in the chat room because people nick them. And when there's 2 people nicking them, as we always say, they have a pair of knickers. Don't put your answers in there. Right. Here we go. Question number 1, 6 of the best. Not including yours truly, I want you to name 2 prominent local living historians. There. I don't class myself as an historian. I'm a very keen amateur, definitely. But I see the Hinckley Times put me as an historian. But there you go. So, not including yours truly, name 2 prominent local living historians. Already I've just heard a thud from the canal boat of David Blower. Down there on the canal, we go, I don't know that one. And Anne, how am I supposed to know that? Well, I can tell you, both have been mentioned on HDPP. And one name particular. I'll give you a clue, Anne. People always spell it wrong. That's one name, because they don't know how to spell it. Anyway, do a bit of rabbiting around, you'll see. One of them has had a lot to do with our DVDs. Oh, Paul, stop it, you're giving it away. Right. And then there was another one. A teacher, no less, that was. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I've given it away now. Question number 2. your general knowledge question this evening. How is the number 77 represented in Roman numerals? Oh. So you see, it's made you see these things at the end of television programs. It gives you MMCX and blah, blah, blah and all that lot. Well, we're looking for the Roman numerals. How would you 77, not Sunset Strip, by the way. How is 77 represented in Roman numerals? Now, clever clogs like John Denny, who happens to be cooking lunch at the moment, dinner at the minute, he would know that because he's smug. Yeah. Dave B. Agreeing. I couldn't stop myself. Anyway, Greg and Dennis. Not quite, but you're in there. Yeah, you got your first name right. That's all I shall say, Dave B. Right, moving on. True or false? Scenes for Crossroads soap were filmed at Sketchley Grange. Paul, play that song. Question number 4. Our Guess the Year question today. Now, Bill Clinton became President of the United States. Mr. Blobby was the Christmas number 1. And Jurassic Park, the film, was released. But what was the year? That's a good one, this one. I know you're all going on to Google now. Yes. Right. See what you think to that. And we move on. Now, total different. Where am I? Now, yes, it's a church, but which church? What church? I thought, well, let's have a bit of a different one today. Let's get out and about. Where am I? What church is this? Once again, I hear David Blow again. He doesn't know that one, I don't suppose. However, where can you find this lovely church? It is a lovely church, actually, set nice. It's in a village, obviously, somewhere. You can see it's a typical village church. But where is it? Somewhere in the HDPP locality. Right. And onto the anagram. Here we go. This is where you can probably get yourself some extra points. Amtrak backcomb racegoers. Yeah. Easy, really. Amtrak backcomb racegoers. Now, if you rearrange that, it will give you a location very, very close to Hinckley. I'm trying to give you... Actually, I'll give you a small clue. All right, cock. It's a silly cue, but it'll do for now. All right, cock. Amtrak backcomb racegoers. Rearrange that. Okay. And then you can get some in. That's a good clue, Paul. Good clue. Yeah. All right, cock. Then you can get some in. That's your clue. Am I showing my age? Amtrak backcomb racegoers. All right, cock. Now get some in. That might help a little bit. That will give you the answer, hopefully point in the right direction for our anagram today. Let's go very quickly through them one more time, not including yours truly. Name 2 prominent local living historians. Okay. One being a retired teacher, the other one still a fountain of knowledge here in the town as well. Question number 2. How is 77 represented in Roman numerals? You're going to have to find out, because when I ask you to put the answer in, you're going to have to be typing that in, so you'll know by the end of the day. True or false, scenes for Crossroads soap were filmed at Sketchley Grange. Question 4, Bill Clinton, this is the guess of the year, Bill Clinton became President of the United States. Mr. Blobby was Christmas number 1, and Jurassic Park film was released, but what was the year? Lovely. Where am I? I'm out and about, found this lovely church, I thought that'll do. It's not that far from Hinckley, but where is it? Okay. And the anagram question, Amtrak backcomb racegoers. So it's, all right, cock, come on, get some in. That'll do for now. If you think of get some in, that might give you a bit of a clue. Okay then, right, that's been a busy one already. We've not even got into our first feature yet. Yeah, we've got a nosy coming up later, a classic nosy, by the way, from Steve. But we've got plenty of things to get in before all that. Right, Okay, let's go for it then. I thought, now we've plugged the medieval fair and stuff and whatnot, let's go this one. I don't think Russet's with us tonight. She hasn't said hello. But what I want to do, actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you this one first. This is a feature which I found the other day, looking back at the old high street shops that we have. So some of these we'd know from, I don't know, when you used to go into Nuneaton, Leicester, Coventry, and them sort of, some of those shops that we now miss. Yeah. Oh, hello. Violent Keith's here. Good evening, Violent Keith. So have a look at this little film, which I sourced from YouTube, and you will find that some of these shops, you think, oh, I forgot about that one. Sit back and enjoy this one.
The high streets of Britain were once a very different place. Before the advent of the internet and the dominance of online shopping, if you wanted to buy something, you had to physically walk out of your front door and journey to the shops to get it. Not as convenient, of course, but there was just something special about visiting one of your favourite high street stores and browsing the goods on offer. Many of these favourite high street names have long since disappeared from the shopping landscape, either going into administration, being amalgamated with another business, or just slowly fading away. In today's video, we'll take a nostalgic bus ride to the high streets of the past and remember some of the most iconic names in retail. This is Lost Shops We Wish Were Still Around. I couldn't make a video about lost British high street shops without mentioning British Home Stores. BHS was for many years one of the most loved stores in the country, a fixture on the high streets of the UK which we all thought would be around forever. Although BHS was a British company, it was actually founded by a group of American businessmen, with the first store opening in Brixton in 1928. Much like rivals Woolworths, which we will get to later, British Home Stores sold a little bit of everything, with clothes and homeware being their foundation. One thing I always remember about BHS is the great full English breakfasts available in their restaurants. After a number of mergers and buyouts, this giant of British retail finally went into administration in 2016. I used to be a man at C&A, you know. Not in the catalogues or anything like that, of course. I just used to buy a lot of clothes from there back in the 80s. In fact, I may have purchased my very first flecked jacket from C&A.
C&A. It's such a surprising store.
Although a fondly remembered name from the British High Street, C&A was actually founded in the Netherlands as a textile company in 1841. The initials in the company name stand for Clement and August, the first names of the Brenninkmeijer brothers, founders of the company. I prefer to think that C&A stood for coats and hats. That's got a much better ring to it. C&A stores first hit the British High Street in 1922 and quickly became one of the most popular fashion retailers in the country. By the end of the 20th century, the chain had over 100 stores across the UK. However, by this time the brand was seen as behind the times and began to lose out to rivals such as Matalan and supermarkets who were now selling clothes too. Although there are now no C&A stores left in Britain, the chain still very much exists in other European countries. Of those who are old enough to remember when Dixon's was a fixture on Britain's high streets, there can't be many of us who didn't, at some point, move around in front of the shop window in order to see ourselves on the display TV. Many more would also use the television sets in Dixon's window as an information point to catch up on the football scores on a Saturday afternoon. Beginning life as a photographic studio in 1937, Dixon's began to sell photographic equipment in 1950, before eventually expanding into other areas of electronic equipment. As with so many iconic high street names, the demise of Dixon's is a story of mergers and takeovers, too complicated to list here.
What
What would you say to a cheaper week's shopping?
That's fine by me.
Then come to Fine Fare. A 5-pack of Jacob's Club is only 34p.
Fine.
Our Edam cheese will have you smiling at 95p per pound.
Fine.
And 80 Fine Fare Choice Selection tea bags are just 79p. So if you're looking for a cheaper week's shopping, we really think we can help.
That's fine by me. That's fine by me. Fine Fare. That's fine by me.
Another one of those high street names that always gets mentioned when conversation turns to shops of the past. Supermarket chain Fine Fare opened its first convenience store in Welwyn Garden City in 1951. The first actual Fine Fare supermarket opened in London soon after. Many people will remember the Yellow Pack range launched in 1980, making Fine Fare the very first supermarket to introduce an own brand budget range. In 1986, Fine Fare was sold to the company which would eventually become Summerfield. One of the very first value supermarkets, QuickSave, opened its first branch in Rhyl, North Wales in 1959. The initial shops traded under the name Value Foods. The first actual QuickSave opened in Prestatyn in 1965, and the company expanded rapidly from there. QuickSave definitely took the no-frills approach to retail, with basic shop fittings including wooden warehouse-style shelves. However, this allowed the company to sell its goods at great value prices.
If only I had more time.
Extra hands.
And bigger savings.
On famous brands.
Now QuickSave give you more of what you come to QuickSave for.
Top brands are here to stay at QuickSave.
At cut prices.
There's such a lot to save at QuickSave.
At QuickSave you get top brands and low prices.
And everything's so easy to find.
So it doesn't take long to do your saving at QuickSave. Top brands at
You get it always at QuickSave.
By the mid-90s, QuickSave had over 800 stores across the country and was brought out by rival Summerfield in 1998. Some of the stores continued to trade under the QuickSave name, while others were converted to Summerfield. When European discount supermarket chains such as Aldi, Lidl and Netto arrived in the UK during the 90s, QuickSave began to struggle against this new competition. QuickSave stores had disappeared from the high street by 2008. DIY chain Do It All was never really actually on the high street, as their larger stores were mainly located on out-of-town parks. However, I've included Do It All in this video just so that I can feature this.
How do it all do it? What they do it for? Won't somebody tell? If only we knew it. How do it all do it? You can bet we've been doing it as well.
Do It All are doing Contiplast leather look shelving $229 and Marley super soft flooring from $775. They're doing ring fluorescent light fittings $599 and 50% off polycell double glazing.
If only we knew it. How do it all do it? You can bet we've been doing it as well.
Do It All was founded in 1963 and really hit its stride in the late 70s and early 80s when it was purchased by W.H. Smith. In 1988 it merged with Payless DIY, which was owned by Boots. This meant we had a DIY retail chain owned equally by a stationery retailer and a chemist. In 1998 Focus DIY took over Do It All, leading to the Do It All name disappearing. Another lost retailer which was owned for a while by W.H. Smith was Our Price, one of the most fondly recalled of all record shops. Founded in 1971 and trading under the name The Tape Revolution, Our Price originally concentrated on compact cassettes before adding vinyl to their range. During the 80s, Our Price had grown to become the second largest music retailer in the country, just behind the mighty Woolworths. In 1986 the group was bought by W.H. Smith. However, Our Price was beginning to be overtaken in popularity by HMV, and it seemed the writing was on the wall. The following decade saw various takeovers and mergers occur, including owners W.H. Smith also purchasing Virgin Music stores. The final Our Price store closed in 2003. Think of a major toy retail chain from the past and most people will immediately bring to mind the American company Toys R Us, which opened its first UK store in 1985. However, for a while in Britain there was another popular toy retailer which traded out of large superstore locations, and that was the Jolly Giant. Founded in Glasgow in 1980, the Jolly Giant never had anywhere near the amount of locations of Toys R Us, but still enjoyed huge popularity and success for 20 years. Usually located just outside of town, Jolly Giant stores were like huge warehouses filled with toys and games to delight every child who dragged their parents there. All Jolly Giant stores had closed by 2002. Another long-lost toy shop that holds a place in my heart is Zodiac, mainly because there was a branch located in my hometown and I remember dragging my parents there on most shopping trips. Zodiac was founded in the late 60s by confectionery giant Maynards, who already owned a number of newsagent outlets. By the 1980s, Zodiac was the biggest toy retailer in Britain with more than 90 shops located across the country. Unlike Jolly Giant, Zodiac stores were located within town centres, making them a lot more accessible when on the weekly shopping trip. If I remember correctly, most products were much cheaper to buy there too, perfect for any kid looking to part with their pocket money. Zodiac sadly folded in 1990 after being taken over by an entrepreneur who later served time in prison for fraud. Okay, here we go. It's the big one, the most famous, the most loved, the most missed of all defunct retailers. Woolworths, or as it was known for a time, Woolworth. Although founded by F.W. Woolworth in the United States in 1879, Woolworths became a beloved part of British society, perhaps more so than any other retailer. Everybody went to Woolworths. From the legendary Pick and Mix and Chad Valley toys to affordable homeware and music and video, Woolworths had something for everyone, including great fry-ups in the restaurants too. Woolworths was always the first destination at Christmas too. If you had a silver Christmas tree during the 1970s, it's highly likely it came from Woolworth. Then of course, there were the Christmas adverts.
Have a cracking Christmas at Woolworth, cracker of a Christmas shopping spree. Woolworth prices, many of them cracked down on Christmas. Woolworth is the place to be. Have a cracking Christmas at Woolworth, the cracker of a Christmas shopping spree. Crack down prices, is it any wonder at Christmas? Woolworth is the place to be.
During the late 90s and 2000s, the major supermarkets began to sell a lot of the same products that Woolworths stocked, increasing the competition. The rise in digital music also had a devastating effect on Woolworths' business. At the beginning of 2009, every Woolworths store in the country closed, and a way of life for many of us had gone forever. What memories do you have of the shops featured here? Are there any other lost retailers that you wish were still around? Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for joining me on another nostalgic journey. Your company is much appreciated.
From Stewview there on YouTube there, and what a great little programme that one was. We'll have to probably find a few more of those. Like I say, these things we do here. We do indeed here. And let's get some bit more light in now, because all of a sudden it's going dull in Hinckley. all of a sudden, there's some clouds coming over Hinckley. There we go. Late to the party we've just found out that Mrs. Poldark has just crept in, and also the Starmers arrived halfway through. They'll be wanting to see they'll be wanting to see what they missed so far. We can do that in just a moment. Right, okay. Firstly, for the benefit of those who came in late, Mrs. Poldark and the Starmers, we better go through 6 of the best one more time. Oh, Jane Brown. I'm afraid we're struggling. Jane. Oh, somebody else. Jan said I could do with another clue. Now, if you are of a certain age, which you know I am, maybe the programme which I gave you a clue to, you think never heard of it, which is not your fault, but it was very big in the 1970s. I was trying to think, what sort of a clue can I give you? I'll have another go at a clue in a moment, if I can. If I can, I'll try. Right, let's go for it one more time. Let's go start at the proper place. Not including yours truly, name 2 prominent local living historians. I was saying, for those that probably don't know, one has a surname which everybody gets wrong. The other one, a retired school teacher. Both still very much with us and much needed here in Hinckley. Right, we move on to question 2. How is 77 represented in Roman numerals? Yeah, Have a think about it, because you'll have to type it in later on. Question 3. Scenes for Crossroads Soap were filmed at Sketchley Grange. Question 4. Bill Clinton became the President of the United States. Mr. Blobby was the Christmas #1 in Jurassic Park. The film was released. Right, okay. Question 5. Where am I? I love it. It's a lovely little place. Growing quite big actually now, but this church sits there lovely, thinking, wow, that's really nice. But where am I? I'm not far from Hinckley, but where am I? You'll find out. If you don't already know, you will find out by the end of the programme. Now, question number 6 is the anagram question. Amtrak backcomb racegoers. Now, the clue I gave you so far was, all right, cock, now get some in, I was saying. So, all I could say is you've got to sort of think the services. Think the services. That's probably a better way, because I want to be careful on the wording I use, okay? But it's local. Trust me, it's local. Amtrak backcomb racegoers. All right, cock, now get some in. And like I say, think of the services. Right, not the water or the gas or the electricity, not that service. Oh, you lot, honestly. And we'll give you the answers a little bit later on this evening, okay? It's grand here tonight. It really is. There we go. Hopefully them clues will help you a little bit. But trust me, the clues which I've gave, and of course Pat Galloway says, yes, Paul, you gave it away with that one, you see. That's how some people do. Now, just looking back at that previous film, people saying how much they all miss Woolies. I think everybody misses Woolies, really. I mean, I've always said this, that when Woolworths, closed in Castle Street, for example, I thought, oh, damn, that's a big hole to fill there. But was delighted when B&M at least bought it, because at least, it's a shop full of stuff. And, let's face it, I think most of us tend to nip into there, as it were. Now, also, I've noticed this. Hang on, just a minute. I'm going to bend down. No looking. Oh, I didn't put my light on. And that's better. I've suddenly realised, because it's been so bright, and all of a sudden, it's going dull here in Hinckley, and all of a sudden the green screen starts flickering. Anyway, I'm going to sort all that out while you watch our next feature this evening. Still to come, we have got a noser, a vintage noser. I had a message from Steve earlier on saying, I won't have time to upload it. I've got a new one for you, but it won't be uploaded in time. So we'll have that next week, okay? But, actually, Pat Galloway, that's good. I like that. Sorry, I've just seen on the screen there, Pat Galloway, it's game on, Paul, for the anagram. That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, Mrs. G agreed there. That's a good clue for those of you who haven't got the anagram so far. It's game on. This will all make sense by the end of the programme. Promise it will. Okay then. On Tuesday last week, we was HDPP was at Richmond Primary School, which is really great. I really enjoy going to but this time we were talking to the year twos. So I wasn't quite sure how it would go. They loved it. They loved it. And so much so, I've got to go back Tuesday. And as we say in pantomime, I'll have to do it again then, shan't I? Absolutely. We're going to do a show again, and looking forward to that, because they were so into Hinckley and what HDPP was all about. So fantastic. And then the teacher at the end said, now, Paul is going to go to the palace. And all the kids went, wow. And I went, am I? Yes, it's true. So anyway, great. Looking forward to going back there, of course, on, when will it be? Well, say Tuesday. I've got to get the rest of the thing all together, that's for sure. Right. On a day like this, wouldn't it be nice to go for a ride on your motorbike? Let's have a quick 8 minutes of a bit of history of Triumph. Fantastic stuff. Hinckley, the home of triumph indeed. Oh no, Hinckley is the home of triumph. Great to see that again, actually. We have shown it before, but it's been quite a while now. So I thought, oh, let's give that a dusting down. Now, while we've been watching that film, I've been keeping an eye on the chat. And it's been quite interesting. Some people have now got the anagram. I knew it. My trouble is, I take pity on you, and I just have to give you these clues. But amazing. Jane Brown thinks she's also now got the clue, so that's good as well. But that's great. So for the very last time, we're going to go through the questions of 6 of the best. Then we're off for our nosy this evening, and then we'll have the answers for you. So with no further ado, let's go through 6 of the best for the last time tonight. Here we go. So, not including yours truly, name 2 prominent local living historians. Like I say, one is a retired teacher. The other is a gentleman who has helped HDPP a lot, and a lot of people can't spell his surname. You see, Paul, stop giving it away. Question 2. How is 77 represented in Roman numerals? You'll find out very, very soon, I'm sure. Okay. Number 3. Scenes for Crossroads soap were filmed at Sketchley Grange. It's amazing what you learn, isn't it? Number 4, guess the year Bill Clinton became President of the United States. Mr. Blobby was Christmas number 1, and Jurassic Park film was released. But what was the year? That's what we are looking for there. Where am I now? This is some people going, ooh, missus, it's a lovely church. Where is it? You're going to find out very soon. It's a lovely, well-appointed church, actually, to be totally fair. Looks like it's kept really, really well. And it's not that far from Hinckley. I want you to tell me what church we are looking at, okay? I just thought we'd do that for a change. And finally, the anagram question this evening. Amtrak backcomb racegoers. This, I said earlier on, was, all right, cock, and then get some in. And then it's a game changer. Put it all together, it all makes perfect sense. I promise it does. Quite a few people have now got the anagram, so well done. But we will go through the answers after we've had our nosy this evening. There will be a new nosy from Steve, probably later tonight, posted on his channel. We will, of course, be playing it next Sunday. But we've got a classic, basically. So sit back and enjoy as Steve goes exploring an old mill.
Hello, and once again, welcome to Let's Explore. My name is Steve. Right then, it's Tuesday evening, and to be quite honest with you, I'm feeling a little bit nosy. And a long story short, on Christmas Day last year, I came out and I made a video in Shackleton. And a couple of days after making the video, I removed it. That's the nutshell story, but I always plan to come back down here and make part of that video again, because there's a fascinating little area down here. Now, this video this evening isn't going to be that long. I hope not. This is more of a mini mooch tonight, to be honest with you. But what we've got to look at in a small area is quite interesting. And, you know, if you wasn't subscribed to this channel back then, you won't know what I'm banging on about, to be honest with you. So it's more than worth showing the new subscribers. Anyway, the sun's out, the guns are out. Let's take you over to the maps and show you exactly what we're doing this evening. I'll see you in a minute. Alrighty then, so once again, courtesy of the National Library of Scotland, what we're looking at here is an Ordnance Survey map dated 1884 of Help Out Mill. As you can see there, just below where it says Help Out Mill, it's got the word corn in brackets because, of course, it was indeed a corn mill. And it was an absolute shame, really, that I couldn't actually go round the mill itself. Now, Dave, delighted Dave, hello mate if you're watching, he did try and obtain permission to go round there a little while back, but we couldn't actually get hold of the actual person at the time that owns the building itself. Now, of course, it is a private residence, and it's also, the other half of it is a restaurant this day and age, a really good restaurant apparently. It's just opened back up again. But, you know, what we did see in the video was really interesting at the back of the mill, you know, the mill race and the actual sluice gates and what have you. And of course, not forgetting Help Out Mill's actual very own railway sidings on the Ashby and Nuneaton Railway. Anyway, without any further ado, let's go and have a nosy. Hope you enjoy it. Right, so running alongside me here is the railway cutting, and you know, last time I came down here it wasn't as green as this, so there's most likely going to be bloody stingers and brambles and all sorts all over the shop, isn't there? So I think it's just up here where I've got to get down, but you know, we love it, don't we? All this gallivanting about in the undergrowth. Well, I do anyway. I know there'll be people sitting there watching this now thinking you're absolutely off your head, but if you enjoy watching what I do, then that's great. I'll do all the work. Do you know what I mean? But very pretty, aren't they? I think that's hawthorn, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, very interesting. Love coming across things like that. Right. Oh yeah, I got through down here last time. I'm getting stung up. Never mind. Come on. Right. As you can see, it's not great. It's quite a deepish cutting. This is. It's not the biggest cutting in the world, but it's. Do you know what, ladies and gentlemen? They're all impressive. They're all dug out by hand, and you know, for me, that's enough to make them all impressive. Right. So I've got through anyway. I've actually put a fence up over there. I wonder why that's there. It's quite strange. There's not one down here. Right, that wasn't there last time I come. And that's what we're going to look at first. Now, if you've never seen that video that I did on Christmas Day, I went in there, so let's go and have a nosy. Right, so just beyond this impressive bridge here that has been pretty much taken over by nature now, just beyond there was a sidings there for Help Out Mill, which is now a restaurant, of course. But just in there, look at that, you've got what I think is a plate layer's hut, or an old ganger's hut. I'd say it's a plate layer's hut, you know, the people that actually maintained the railways. But you can actually see this. I'm going to show you a photo in a bit, and you can actually see this in the background when this was still a working railway on a very old photograph. It's absolutely amazing. But I'll take you inside. But I love finding these. For me, these are gold. These are better than coming across viaducts and what have you, even culverts sometimes. Let's go inside and have a nosy. So I've actually been in here many times before. Every time I come over here, I have to have a little nosy. Just look at that. Got the old railway sleepers as a roof here. Absolutely brilliant. Love these really old structures. They're absolutely fascinating. And just look at this. Got the old fireplace look, so you can imagine in the winter when it was freezing, you know, they'd have had a bit of a stove there, had the kettle on, or maybe even a frying pan. You just look at that, at the old chimney as well. Absolutely spot on, that is. What a little gem on the Ashby and Nuneaton Railway. Absolutely stunning. The graffiti artists have been in. Yeah, can you imagine being in here on a really cold winter, looking out that window there and seeing the trains thunder up and down here, and then thinking, you know, you didn't want to come out of here because it was so cold outside, but you were really cosy because you were sat in front of this. I mean, just imagine the conversations that have taken place in here, you know, when this place was built. Brilliant, you know, and you've even got here, look at these really big nails here. Absolutely amazing. These were most likely put here between 1869 and 1873. Wonderful old structure this, and under a bridge as well. Fantastic. So what do you reckon to that? There's not enough of these left on the railways. I mean, most of them were just knocked down, weren't they? I mean, you know, in the days, you know, in the 1960s when they were knocking a lot of these structures down and dismantling these railways, you know, they'd have just gone straight through them with a bulldozer. Maybe that survived because purely where it is, under the arch of this fantastic bridge here, but yeah, never get bored, and I never will. Right, get back up here. Right then, so I'm now down at the former Help Out Mill sidings on the Ashby and Nuneaton Joint Railway. Just up there is that beautiful bridge I've just been showing you, where that plate layers hut is underneath one of the arches. And it is so overgrown, and you're going to see a photo in a few moments. It's absolutely, it's an amazing photograph. But you've got a wall here, look, and you know, just here, of course, the main line railway went through here, and just up there to the right, that's where the actual sidings were. Now, just here somewhere, there was a lever that would switch the rails so they could actually put trucks up to the siding as well. You'll see that on the photograph. But you know, where the actual sidings are concerned, there isn't an awful lot of evidence left of it anymore. Of course, you've got this wall here. There'd have been like some sort of little platform here, I imagine, for the actual mill itself, but absolutely amazing. Totally overgrown, reclaimed by nature. But that were a good crack then, wasn't it? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some very interesting mill workings down here. It's an amazing little corner of the world, this is. It really is. And bricks everywhere, but I ain't got time to inspect them tonight. You'll be surprised to know. Okay then, so what you're looking at here isn't Jurassic Park. What you're looking at here is actually, you're looking directly into Help Out Mill sidings on the Ashby and Nuneaton Joint Railway. And I'm going to try and fade this in best I can, but just watch this. What you're about to see is a fantastic photograph. And just look at this for a beautiful photograph. Isn't this a stunning photograph? Now, I'm not sure what year this was taken. I assume late 1800s, early 1900s. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo, to be honest. But as you can see there, you've got that beautiful bridge spanning the Ashby and Nuneaton Joint Railway. And if you can just make out there in the left-hand side arch there as you look at it, look at that. You can just about make out the flat roof of that beautiful plate layers hut. You can even see people walking on the line there. Look like they're walking towards the camera. And if you look to the left, at the front of the photograph, you can see the point switch or the lever. Now, just to the left of that is Keeper's Cottage. Now, I assume that the geezer that used to pull that lever lived there. I don't know, I might be wrong. But I must thank Paul Gardner, because I think it was him that sent me these two photographs, this one and one you'll see shortly. At least I hope it was him. He'll let me know if it wasn't or not, because I don't know who sent it me if it wasn't him. But cheers, buddy, if it was you. I'm sure it was. And what you're looking at here is a photograph that I took on Tuesday night whilst out recording this video of Keeper's Cottage. And to the left of the cottage there, that trackway was once the Ashby and Nuneaton Joint Railway, of course. And to the right, that goes down. It's actually a public footpath, the one on the right. That goes down to a small holding that's got some alpacas, as you're going to see in the video. And those alpacas were the highlight for me Tuesday night. They were so friendly and loving, stunning animals. But anyway, just watch this photograph fade into quite an old one. Really like this photograph. Just watch this. And just look at that, eh? What a beautiful, stunning photograph that is. And once again, I'm pretty sure it was Paul Gardner over at Hinckley District Past and Present that sent me this one and the other one via email quite a few months ago now. But if it wasn't you, mate, I really don't know who sent it. I'm pretty sure it was you. But if it wasn't, thank you very, very much to the person that did send it. No, I think it was you, weren't it, Paul? Forgive me. But yeah, what a stunning photograph this is. And, you know, I've spotted my obvious mistake there. I haven't merged them in very well. I haven't faded both those pictures in very well. But it doesn't matter, but just look at that. Look at how smartly dressed those gentlemen are. They may well be plate layers maintaining the railway line. Not sure, but you know, we do know that navvies used to dress very smart, don't we? But stunning photograph. One of my favourites, this one, is of the local area, as is the other one where you can see the bridge as well. But yeah, always looking at these photographs. Absolutely love them. Anyway, onwards and upwards with the exploration. Let's go and look at some alpacas in a minute. Right, so like I just said, this is an amazing little corner of the world, this is, you know. There's a few things to see. Now, what you're looking at here, I mean, this is very overgrown now. This is a mill race, that goes down towards the mill. Now, I would take you down there because it is a bit of a public area, because there's a restaurant there, but there's also private residence. There's a bit of a small holding over there. So I'm not going to go down there. I am led to believe there's actual mill workings in there in 2021, and we did ask for permission to go in there. Well, I think Dave did, Delighted Dave, but I'm not sure how far he got with that. Not too far, I don't think. But this is indeed, believe it or not, a mill race. But what is fascinating is on the other side here. You've got a sluice gate there, look. Now, this is absolutely amazing down here. I never ever get bored. And of course, there is the mill race there. Of course, the water would have rushed this way. This, I imagine, is your main sluice gate because there's an overflow weir there that I'll show you in a minute. So at the end of the working day, I imagine they would have closed this one to stop the water getting down to the mill. And then the water would have spilled over the weir. And as you can see, there is another sluice gate there. So let's go in there and have a little poke around, see what we can see. Do you know what? These fascinate me on their own. I mean, I'm not sure if this is some sort of old gate post or what's going on. It's a very old post, whatever's going on, because it's made in solid stone. But they've actually been milling on this site since the 1300s. So you've got over 700 years thereabouts of milling down here on the River Sence. And the mill itself, Help Out Mill, it gets its name Help Out Mill because this particular mill, it didn't struggle with water levels apparently in times of drought. But the other mills did on the River Sence. Hence, when they were struggling, Help Out Mill would help out. Right, I'm getting scratched up all over the ocker. As you can see here, you've got an overflow weir here. Now I've got to watch what I'm doing because it's quite deep, this is. I don't want to fall down there. Yeah, just look at that. It's about 20 foot, 25 foot high, that is. So this was your overflow. Right, let's get in the main mill race here. Right then, so we're in the main mill race now. There's the overflow weir. And just up here is what I think is the main sluice gate, which they opened every morning and then closed every night. Still well intact. Look at this. Right, so I do appreciate that everything is pretty much overgrown down here. But as you can see, blue engineering brickwork. It's a shame I can't show you that mill down there, to be honest, but just look at that. I love to come across these sluice gates. Just look at that, all the working's still there. Absolutely fantastic. And behind me to my right, there is another one which is much, much bigger. So I imagine in times of really high water, they'd open this, but of course they'd still have the safety net of the overflow weir just over there. But just look at that. It's quite impressive, that, isn't it? The fantastic pieces of engineering, the mills were, they were, in this day and age where we use quite dirty ways of getting our power by burning everything, back then it was the simple power of water. Clean, efficient, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, just look at that. So this here is concrete, I think, is it? Yeah, this is concrete, so this isn't that old. The mill building itself is old. I've never had a meal there, to be honest with you, at the restaurant. Maybe I should one day. But this, maybe in the last 100 years, maybe older, maybe 19th century, I'm not sure. But you won't quite see it. Well, you actually can. All the stone there, I bet that's really old, just the other side of the concrete. Absolutely fascinating. I'd love to go back in time and see this place working, and to see this mill race with water racing down towards the mill itself. Right then, so you thought you were going to survive without seeing a culvert. I'm not going up there this evening. I've not got my Wellingtons, and I don't plan on going up there anyway, to be honest. Because these actually go to somebody's garden, believe it or not. But of course, this is the mill race that I'm standing in, so the water used to race towards me to Help Out Mill, and these are actually going underneath the Ashby and Nuneaton Joint Railway, so the railway used to cross above there. But I will shine the torch at one of them just to show you, just in case you do want to be a bit nosy. Come on, I'll show you. And there you go, a bit of a culvert that was built, I'd imagine, between 1869 and 1873 when they built the railway. And as you can see, just down the bottom there's actually new block work, because the house above, where these go underneath pretty much, has been extended, I think, in the past. So if there's someone in the garden that can probably hear me at the minute and think, what the hell's going on down there? So we'll give them some peace, but I've showed you it anyway. So this is brilliant here. You've got where you would have put a key once to turn this. This is the big sluice gate next to the weir. And again on the other side, you've got one there as well. So you'd have had a handle that you would have turned, maybe two of you, I'd imagine. One on this side and one on the other end. And of course with this one here as well, there'd have been a handle. Don't I wish I had that handle right now. Yeah, I imagine, yeah, this is it here, look, because you've got a gear there, and then this same here with the teeth on it as well. So this would have lifted up, but absolutely fascinating. Yeah, I love these old mills, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what? I love everything, to be honest with you. I never get bored of looking at this stuff. Right then, so do you want to know something a little bit interesting? Well, of course you do. You're not going to turn that down, are you? So we've just been looking at the mill just up there. Now there's a bit of a small holding, a bit of a farm over there to the left. We're going off track a little bit here. I see that up there. See there? You see that shepherd's hut? Believe it or not, now that is an Airbnb. You can stay there. I wouldn't mind going there myself actually one time. It's not far from where I live, to be honest with you. Only about 7 miles away. Believe it or not, that little shepherd's hut up to there used to belong to Winston Churchill, I think, unless I've got that wrong. I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to zoom in because, like I say, it is a little holiday home, that is, so don't want to be zooming. I think there's people actually outside up there, but yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Very interesting. I'm sure that's right. Right, so I'm walking on a public footpath now. Now, just over my left shoulder here, as you can see, it's all overgrown, stinging nettles galore. That would look like a ditch, wouldn't it? But it's not actually a ditch, it's actually a man-made cutting for the mill stream, because that is back there that used to feed Help Out Mill. Now just in here somewhere, there is a sluice gate in there. Oh wow, I've just seen something amazing. I'm going to show you this in a minute. And they're coming over here, beautiful. Oh, can't wait to show you that. I love alpacas, I love them. There's a sluice gate in it. Oh, sod that sluice gate, let's show you these alpacas. Hello. Wow, just look at this. Ain't these stunning creatures, eh? Just look at them. I was expecting them to be over there. Oh, there is some over there in that long grass. Hello, you going to come and say hello? Ain't they gorgeous, eh? Now don't you spit at me. Oh no, that's llamas, isn't it, I think. Hello. Ain't you wonderful, eh? You come for a nose, eh? Oh, I tell you what, if Vanessa was here now, she'd want to take these home. Wow, look, ain't you lovely? I think they're alpacas, they're not llamas, are they? Absolutely stunning, aren't they? They're beautiful. Yeah, I tell you what, it's a good job Nev ain't here. Wow, that's a good head of hair. Like bloody Leo Sayer. You make me feel like being nosy. Oh, I tell you what, the hay fever's getting to me a little bit. Look at these, ain't they stunning, eh? Hello, this one's took a shine to me. Now don't you bite me, will you? Hey, you're not going down there. I don't like you that much. Anyway, do you know what a beautiful experience that was with them alpacas then. But we've got some sluice gates up here. I mean, they seem less interesting now, sluice gates, when you've got alpacas following you about, isn't it? But we'll go walk up here. I'm struggling to... My throat feels a bit tickly at the minute. It's all because I'm disturbing the grass and what have you. And I get a bit of hay fever now. I never used to get it when I was younger, but when I got to 30, I started getting it a lot. It's a pain in the backside, to be honest with you, sometimes, but usually when I walk about in places like this, it can be a hindrance. I really do struggle with it sometimes, but anyway, enough about me, because, oh, bloody hell, right. It ain't half changed down here. It weren't nothing like this. Last time I came down here was with Dave and Rob. I came and showed them. Ow, oh, shit. Oh, God, I don't know if I caught that on camera. Oh, I've just whipped me ear with a bloody twig. Oh, Jesus Christ, that flipping hurt, that did. Oh, pardon my French. Ah. Oh, God, bloody hell, there's millions. What am I coming down here for? Got gnats everywhere. I've just whipped the hell out of me ear. I cut it. Yeah, I have a little bit. Yeah, right there, look. Right. Prat. Oh, I'm eating flies now, for God's sake. Look at it down here. It's like the bloody Amazon. Oh, I'm covered, right. Right, there must be 786.5 billion, 0.1 green fly down here that I've just disturbed. I think oh, I've got all that sticky bloody green stuff on my shorts now. Oh, proper Indiana Jones. I tell you what, I weren't expecting this. Weren't expecting it to be this overgrown. I can't wait to see the alpacas again, to be honest with you. Right, oh, right, bloody hell. Right, there should be some sluice gates here. Well, one. It's the only one I'm showing you tonight. Right, here it is. Right, yeah, sorry about that. You're going to get quite a bit of glare down here. Do you know what? I think I said earlier that this was going to be a shortish video. I don't think it is, actually, but... Yeah, so here's your side retainers here. Red Engineering brickwork. Then you've got a sluice gate still intact there. Now, I am sorry about the sun. I will get round the back of it in a minute, but this is very, very well preserved and intact. Now, we're around about 400, 500 yards away from the mill. I'm not sure why this particular sluice gate is here, but I just thought I'd come and show it you anyway. But let me just see if I can get round here and show you the back, because the sun is very bright. But I'm not going through them singers tonight. It's really bad there. But yeah, just look at that. Again, great detail. There's actually a few more over there, but I'm not going to show you those this evening. They are pretty much identical to this one, but I just thought I'd show you it anyway. It's a great thing to come across in pretty much in the middle of nowhere, out in the sticks. But what fascinates me, you didn't see them in the actual mill race near the mill. You've got these really old stone... Oh, got a pretty green fly up my nose now. These really old stone retainers here. These are very old. Now, there's actually a load of these in the actual mill race where the mill is. Now, when I first came across them a few years ago, I thought they were gravestones, how they just stood there, because they do a bit, don't they? But anyway, without any further ado, let's get back out here. Because it's, I tell you what, it's really affecting me, this hay fever, to be honest with you. Right then, so to be honest, I usually enjoy a little bit of Indiana Jonesing. But with hay fever and all them millions of bloody billions of greenfly down there, not so nice. But yeah, see just up there, look. Just there, there's that shepherd's hut. What a great view you've got down here. Absolutely amazing. You've got a nice bench here. You could have a nice summer evening picnic there, couldn't you? Well, they ought to give me a cut if they get any business from this video. And here's my old mate, look. I couldn't wait to get out of there, to be honest. Come and see this fella. I assume it's the same one. There's two more black ones down there, but this one always comes down, don't you? Very inquisitive you are. You coming to say hello again? It's me again. I'm probably covered in sodding greenfly and God knows what. Hello. Are you interested now? Oh no, look at them. Look at them running up. I love these. They're absolutely amazing. There's more in the other field in the long grass. You know what, they probably ain't even mowed this. The alpacas have probably just chewed it. Hello, come on then, come and say hello. I know it's me again, the prat in the hat. People would use another word that rhymes with prat, but we won't go there. What a beautiful evening amongst friends. Absolutely fantastic. Why, do you want me to go around there? Oh, come on then. Come on then. Right, well, unfortunately, that concludes this evening's video, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And do you know what? I think I pretty much end near enough every video in the same way, to be honest with you. I always say I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, because I have thoroughly enjoyed this evening. We've seen some interesting things regarding Help Out Mill and, you know, that plate layers hut, well, what I think is a plate layers hut underneath the bridge on the Ashby and Nuneaton Joint Railway there. But the highlight for me, you know what I'm going to say, were those beautiful alpacas. What stunning creatures they are. So friendly. And do you know what? If I had a field like this beautiful barley field, you know, I'd definitely be getting a few of those. They're absolutely stunning. My kids would love them, and Vanessa would, to be honest. But stunning evening. The sun is setting just over there. It's about 9 o'clock at night. The jackdaws are having a right good yak at one another, having a right moan about something. Probably me disturbing the peace, do you know what I mean? Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, as per usual, please like, subscribe and share. And you can guarantee, be seeing you for another piece of nosiness in the near future. Take care of yourselves. Bye.
A good one, Steve. A good one, I would say. Brilliant. And he really got on with those alpacas, didn't he? He really did. I thought he was going to say, "Now, you know how to have a nose, eh?" It was a good one. And like I say, there will be a new one from Steve, all being well, for our viewing pleasure next Sunday evening. So this is the time of the programme where we go to 6 of the best and start getting Francis. Now remember, before we start, calm down. You see, Steve's just joined us. Hi, Steve. We just enjoyed your film. So it's Help Out Mill, and people loving you and the alpacas. There we go, mate. Glad you could join us. Anyway, having said that, now let's just get it all sorted first. Remember, we're going to do one question at a time, and then that's how you get your points, right? Okay, then. So don't answer question 5 when we're only on question 2, right? Okay, good. Right, here we go then with 6 of the best and the answers as we go through. So, my first question to you was your local knowledge question, not including yours truly. Name 2 prominent local living historians. Jan Kirby. Oh, Jan, yeah. Oh, Anne Hunt's put Greg Droach and Mervyn Wallace. I think I will put Mervyn up there. I'll accept that, Anne, because Mervyn is also extremely knowledgeable locally. John Denny, yes, we'll give you that, John, definitely. Jane Brown, we'll give you that. And Carol's only got 1, but there you go, that's fine. But yes, the overall answer I was looking for was Greg Droach and Hugh Bevan, but I will also accept Mervyn Wallace on that. Absolutely, definitely. Hugh Bevan, like I say, he was the used to be a teacher at the grammar. Well, I'd say the grammar school, JCC and stuff. Still about and still contributing to the local heritage of the town. So that's what I say. If you got those names, that's good. That is good, yeah. As Dennis Perkins says, they're both leg ends. Yeah, I know. Okay, well done. If you're started off well there, how did you do with this? Now, get your Roman numerals out. How is 77 represented in Roman numerals? Let's see. Right, Anne Hunt. Oh, there's no stop. Anne, you're on fire tonight. Congratulations, well done. Dennis Perkins, yeah, lovely. Jane Brown, yeah. Oh, look. John Denny. LXXVY. Oh, la. Leaning, I think he's leaning on his keyboard. Yeah, well done. They've all coming in correct on the Roman numerals. So well done, except for Pat Galloway. I don't know what the heck he's doing there. Oh, yes, he has. He's done it. Yes, you are right, Pat. And that's good. Okay, well done. Everybody getting that right. And I was trying to do something a little bit different, but there you go. Well done. You know your bit. You know your Roman bit. Now then, true or false, scenes for Crossroads soap were filmed at the Sketchley Grange. Well, we know what the answer is. Do you know what the answer is? Let's just see as they start to come up on my screen, and I can tell you straight away. Anne Hunt says false. Jane Brown says false. False says Jan Kirby. Dennis Perkins. Yeah. False. But Carol says true. Pat Galloway says true. True, I'm going with no, it's false. Because as Dave B has already shot it in the foot for us, it was the Longshoot Motel, where they did indeed film some external shots for the soap. So there you go. See, every day, a school day here on HDPP. So, guess the year. Let's see if we can get this right. Bill Clinton became the President of the United States. Mr. Blobby was the Christmas #1. And Jurassic Park, the film, was released. But what year was it? Anne Hunt straight. She's on fire. Look at you're all on fire tonight. It's too easy. 1993 is what we're looking for. Yeah. Well done, Pat, David, John, Jane, and Jan. Yeah, they picked the long shoot over the grain, says Daniel Coburn. Dennis Perkins, 94, you're 1 out, mate. Sorry. Daniel Coburn, 93. Yeah, we're looking for 1993 tonight. If you've got 1993, give yourself a point and you're still on course. So, there we go. Oh, just a quick chat, just a quick hello to Gary Betterley. Hello from a very late 4-day carnival here, so kids are excited, tagging along. Gary, nice that you've got time to join us. I'm sorry to hear about your mum. but I did put a message for you, bless you. Okay then, right, now then, let's see, is this where Anne Hunt falls? And she said it's the next two, I don't know. So let's see if anybody identify this local church. This is probably going to catch a few people out, because it looks a bit like another church, right? John Denny says St Mary's Church, Port Astley. Jan Kirby, Stony Stanton. Earl Shilton, said Dangerous Den. David Allen, Earl Shilton. Jane Brown says St Michael's, Stony Stanton. Well, I can reveal that the true answer is... Oh, it's not Elmsthorpe, sweetheart. No, listen. I can tell you, John Denny's got it right. It is indeed St Mary's Church in Broken Ashtray. So let's just give it. Well done, John Denny. Look at that big smile. He's like a Cheshire cat. Look at it. Well done, John. Seriously. Yes, Broken Astley or Broken Astley, Broken Ashtray, as I always call it. Right, anagram time. Come on, let's have it. Amtrak backcomb racegoers, I says, all right, cock, now get some in, and it's a game changer. Absolutely it is. Let's see your answers coming up. Now, John's already going. Yeah, right. Jane Brown gets in first. Gamecock Barracks in Bramcote. Gamecock Barracks, yes. Bufton Ashcan. Oh, you're on about Broken Ashtray. Yes, I know what you mean. Gamecock Barracks, says Jan Kirby. And yeah, you've got it. Yes, we were looking for Gamecock Barracks in Bramcote, you see. Now, when I said, oh, cock, you see, there's your first bit. And then we said, get some in. Well, if you remember from the TV series Get Some In, which was all about national service, so I said, think about the services. And then Pat Galloway said, it's a game changer. Absolutely. So well done. Let's get your scores in tonight then. I've got a feeling Mr. Smug will come in with 6. And there might be a few more. Anyway, let's see. Let's get your scores coming in now. Carol says 1.5 for me. Bless you, Carol. Go and put your leathers on. Jan Kirby, 5 for me and 4 for Anne. Let's just get the screen changing here. And also David Stamborough, only 4 today. John Denny, 6. I said he would, didn't I? Alan Crop, 2. Alan, 2.5. Marie, 1.5. Okay. Dave B said, I suspected Gamecock, but looked for a pub. Well, it's not all about pubs every time. Mostly it is, but not all the time. Okay. David Allen, 2 for me. Dennis Perkins, 4. Not bad for me. Jeff Wallace, 4.5 for me and Anna. Well done, Jeff. Daniel Coburn, 3 for me. Do I get half for Greg? Yes, go on then. Pat Galloway, 3.5. Yeah, we're into halves tonight. Jane, 5 tonight. Well done, Jane. You're doing well. And yes, Dennis Perkins. Yes, Carol, put your leathers on. Oh, I'll be dreaming tonight, Carol. And Queen Bee says 5 for me. I was let down by 77. Yes, no, never mind. That's really, really good. Now, while we're thinking, I think we're going to have to get pictures of Carol in her leathers. I think who would like to see pictures of Carol in her leathers here on one of the streams? Yes. I think Carol would be great. A real biker chick. I could really see that. Isn't that brilliant? Anyway, well, that's just about it for another warm, hot, sticky Sunday night. You look, Dennis. Oh, yeah. I love it. I do love it. Honestly. Fantastic. There you go. Look, they're all going for it now. Come on, Carol. It's down to you now. And John Dennis says about the church that we've been around it so many times, so we should get it. Absolutely, indeed. Oh, Carol, listen, guys, now I'm not sure I've got any photos. Can anybody lend Carol some leathers? Yeah, if you can, just for our photo shoot. Brilliant. Oh, dear. Carol bounced off. Alan Crop says Carol bounced off the back of a motorbike when 8 months pregnant. Oh my word! There you go. And there you go. Listen, you've all had a great night, and it's you people that make this. You really make me laugh. It's brilliant. Thank you. That's it for tonight. We'll be back next Sunday night. We'll do another night together. I'm going to clear off now because I suppose Elton John will be getting on the stage to close Glastonbury. You'll probably want to go and see that. Jeff Wallace says, I'm off to go and sit in the freezer for a bit. Which part? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that. And answer, I'm off to Elton. Yeah, I can't blame. Judy, thanks for calling in tonight. Nice to know that you're there as well. It's true, says Carol Beasley. It's true, my word. What a great night. Thanks very much. See you next week, around about the same time. I'll look forward to seeing you then. To remember, keep it HDPP, keep it live, and BEM. Oh, hello, back very, very quickly, because this is part of the programme we don't talk about. And who would? It's rubbish. Yeah, just very, very quickly. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 little dad jokes for you tonight, and then, because I know a lot of you want to be straight off to watch a little bit of Glastonbury. Here we go. I went out with a girl called Simile. I don't know what I met her for. I don't know what I met her for. Okay. Good one for a start. My friend bought a dog from a blacksmith. As soon as he got home, it made a bolt for the door. Sad news now. At the Nestle factory today, a member of staff was seriously injured when a crate of chocolate fell from more than 50 feet, crushed him underneath. He tried in vain to attract attention, but every time he shouted, "The Milky Bars are on me!" everybody cheered. And finally, you'll like this one because it would be nice. This would be. Chocolate comes from cocoa, which is a tree. That makes it a plant. Therefore, chocolate is a salad. Good night.